Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? I hope you're doing great. As you know, it is a rainy day here in Pittsburgh. I haven't seen the sun since the sun has seen me. Okay, but what I want to talk to you about today is, as you know, in my other video, I did the unboxing of the iPhone 7 because I had to get for work. All right, let me tell you, it's a great phone. I love the hardware. A lot of stuff, especially the videos and the pictures, are awesome. Okay, but I got some complaints that don't even make no sense. As you know, if you didn't know, I'm gonna educate you. Apple is one of America's first $1 trillion company. I said trillion. All right. Everything dealing with Apple deals with iCloud and backing up stuff to the cloud. You know, iCloud. Apple's iCloud. All right. Apple will give you only 5 gigs of iCloud storage. Now Apple knows this is year 2020. Okay? They know that their equipment and their hardware on their phones and their devices are pretty darn good. And they encourage you to take tons of pictures and videos with them. But this $1 trillion company only gives you 5 gigs of iCloud storage for free. Now you don't have to put in the comments, yeah, you can buy more storage for 99 cents. Okay, first and foremost, for a $1 trillion company, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, a person should not, in the year of 2020, have to start buying storage unless they don't use like 15 or 20 gigs of that free storage. Okay, and but only given, can you imagine these people with this always, showboating and showing off these iPhone 11 Pros and how beautiful they are and how beautiful you can make a music video with one and you can do all this stuff with one. Nevertheless, they're not telling you, as big as these videos are, when you do all that, you're only getting 5 gigs of free storage. As if it's not enough to have to shell out $1,000 and something for a phone, even for a mini, for the iPhone. They're gonna nickel and dime you, because they're only giving you 5 gigs of iCloud storage. That's just ridiculous. Okay, and that's one of the things I wanted to gripe about. I was like, that's just stupid. And then I found out, okay, number 2. When you buy your music from iTunes and you download it to your phone, right? That's awesome. That's great. So let's say you bought your music from iTunes. It's your music now because you bought it off of iTunes and you download it to your phone and you're listening to your music, okay? Don't try to surf the web and listen to your music at the same time, because you can't do that. You can't do that on iPhone, okay? You can't do that unless you buy a music subscription through Apple. Yes, you have to buy in order to listen to music and surf the web on your phone that you pay for. You have to buy a music subscription from Apple in order to do that. Isn't that just talking about nickel and dime? That's just the most ridiculous thing I have. And then number 3, if that's not God, no wonder they're $1 trillion company, because they nickel and dime you to death. Okay? And then number 3, which is just crazy, is that Apple has built a reputation on security. Okay? The reason people love the iCloud email is because it's encrypted. Apple has announced that it's going to stop encrypting the iCloud email. One of the very aspects that Apple has built its reputation on, security, privacy, one of the most clients that we use today besides instant messaging is email. And they're telling us that they're going to stop encrypting iCloud email, which makes it just as vulnerable as any other type of email. Now, if I was Microsoft, the moment they stop encrypting their email, I would start encrypting mine and see how many people come over. And even when this is the uncut truth, even when I worked as Apple support, tier 1, a lot of the people using Apple would tell me that they use Google storage. Why? Because Google storage is up with the times, and Google storage has it right. Okay? They realize that a lot of people use storage. I'm talking online storage. I'm not talking about my own phone. I'm talking about online storage. People use it. And Google has it right. They're up with the times. They realize this is 2020. Videos are bigger. Pictures, people take tons of pictures now. Okay? People use their phones. They use their iPads, their tablets, all that stuff. Now, not only for personal, but for business. It is logical. Google got it right. Give credit where credit is due. Okay, I don't care. You don't have to like every aspect of every business, but give credit is due. Google got it right. Apple's in the caveman ages when it comes to online storage. I'm like, 5 gigs. You keep taking those videos and I'm just nickeling and diming you, man. All right, and then if you notice, their phones become more and more powerful and start having the ability to, make a lot more powerful and in-depth videos, which takes a lot more space. Okay, takes a lot more processing. I'm not gonna go into details of that, but when you upload it, it's gonna take a lot more space. And Apple's still in the caveman era, giving you only 5 gig. Microsoft has already surpassed that. Okay, and Apple's always talking down on Microsoft. Microsoft and Google's already surpassed that. Hello, Apple, where are you? And then what really get me is these people showcasing all these Apple products that kiss Apple's butts like there's no tomorrow. They don't hit on that main fact. They don't hit on these little main facts, okay? So you get wrapped up in the Apple world. Don't think after all you paid all that money and you listening to your jams and you feeling good that you're going to surf the web not without a subscription. Google don't do that. Microsoft, when they had their own phone, they didn't do that. Your music, you listening to it, but you can't surf the web on your high tech or even medium or low tech device unless you get a subscription that you probably didn't want in the first place with Apple Music. Talk about nickel and diamond. Dang. Okay. And Apple, I am tired of seeing you up there showcasing Latin and black people in your keynotes, on your marketing and photo, but not having one walking up there as one of your engineers. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong? Come on, Apple. What's up? What is up? Okay. Now we're good enough to market to. We're good enough for you to put in your photos or your marketing and your keynotes, but you can't get an African, a brother, a Latin person up there as one of your engineers. Apple, your horns are starting to show. Your horns are, I see now, your horns are the only thing that's holding up your halo. All right, that's my rant. That's my Apple WTF. Rant. All right, and I'll wrap to y'all later. Oh yeah, please subscribe. All right, comment, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you know what? You're always cool with me. All right, and share this with all the people, especially those getting the new iPhones. You know, I don't care if you're doing it a Boost Mobile, Metro PC way, however. Share this with them so they understand the downfalls, what they can expect, so they can, you know, figure out, do they really want to invest that? You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll wrap to y'all later. This is Dalton My World, and I'm out.